What's up everyone, welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tyler, and on this channel I make automotive content. Now before we get into today's video, the renderings that you're looking at on the screen right now, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and click right here. That link will be to the rendering video explaining how my buddy Supreme Kuruk made these from scratch, took all of my ideas, turned them into a reality, giving us a perfect rendering of what the plans are for this build. So go click on that video. Without further ado, let's get into the 5 things that I hate about the 2011 Porsche Cayman. Now, before I say any of these, I want to let you guys know that I have enjoyed this car. I absolutely love this car. I've had nothing but fun driving it, but I am very particular about some things, and these are the things that annoy me about this car. There's not going to be any car that's perfect, so I'm going over these to let you guys know if you're looking at getting a Porsche Cayman, these are the things that I find rather annoying. Alright, so for the first thing that's on my list is for how small this car is. It's actually the smallest car that I've owned and driven. It has the worst blind spots, period. And that's at every angle. Literally, when it comes to the side mirrors, the rear view mirror, the front and rear windshield, when you try and look over your left and right shoulder in oncoming traffic, it's difficult in this car. It's not really easy. The roof line of this car is just comes down so far and makes the front windshield so small that I feel like I'm even constantly ducking like this to even see street lights. Just to further my point, let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's pretend we're driving, because we're not driving at the moment. We need to look over right here to our side mirror. It's not really the easiest thing to see out of. This mirror is pretty little and in an awkward spot, so it makes it kind of difficult to see anything. You got to look over here, right hand side. Again, that mirror is really small and kind of in an awkward spot. You don't really get to see much out of there. Now, again, we're driving. We got to look over our right shoulder, see if there's oncoming traffic. Oh wait, there's a seat and this B pillar, I guess we'll call it, and it makes it not very easy for you to see. And then let's come over here to the rear view mirror. Look at how dinky this thing is. Like, this is my hand. The rear view mirror is like smaller than my hand. It's crazy. This is like as much as you can see out of it. You can see me right here. I mean, yeah, the roll cage makes it worse, but prior to that, even still, it's terrible. And also to add to that, if you look at the window frame right here, it comes really low. Now, I'm 6'1", I'm pretty tall, but I got a lot of headroom in here, right? So it doesn't really make sense as to why they bring down the side pillars so far down, because it's like the mirror's in an awkward spot, not really that usable, so you gotta look over your shoulder. When I look like this, guess what? My forehead is touching this pillar. It's like super close to your head. Not really that easy to see. We got, oh my God, look at, we got this. See, this is what gives us modified people a bad rap. It's these guys who come out here with their stock Camaro and they come out here doing donuts, ripping it out on public streets and just giving a bad name for everybody. With that being said, I really hope that this gave you guys a good demonstration of like really how poor the visibility is out of this car. Alright, so moving on to the second thing that I hate about the Porsche Cayman. We kind of got to get out of the car so I can show you guys. Alright, so for the second thing that I hate about the 2011 Porsche Cayman is for how expensive this car is. I have the build sheet. Originally, when this was sold, MSRP was $59,000, just under 60 grand. That's pretty expensive for a car. This car has a lot of premium features. It has the leather, all that fancy jazz, right? You would expect that when you lock your car, like any other car, it would honk the horn, letting you know that it's locked. It doesn't do that. How am I supposed to ever know if the car is locked? The only way to figure out if the car is locked or not is by pulling the door handle. That is super annoying. Now, just to prove to you guys that there is an alarm on this car, as you can see right now, this light right here indicates that the car is locked. The doors are locked. If I pull this door open right now, the alarm will go off. There is an alarm. Very annoying, that it doesn't just honk the horn when it's locked. Now that we're done messing around with the alarm, let's move on to the third thing that I hate about the Porsche Cayman. Now, this again is for how expensive this car is and how many premium features that it does have. So I'm gonna relate this back. If you guys follow my channel, you guys know that I have a 2011 Genesis Coupe. My Genesis Coupe at MSRP is not even half the price of this Cayman. My Genesis came with a radio that had Bluetooth capability for phone and music. It also had auxiliary ports and a USB charging port that would also connect you to the radio. Now again, with the Cayman being almost double the cost of the Genesis, MSRP being the same year, and all the premium features this is supposed to have because this car is spec'd out, it does not have a radio that does Bluetooth music and calling. You can literally only connect your phone for Bluetooth to call, and it doesn't have any auxiliary USB ports. So the only way for you to get Bluetooth radio is to buy an aftermarket one. Yeah, I know it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of annoying for how expensive of a car this is. You would assume, I feel like for a car that's from 2011, it's pretty common of cars that year to just have Bluetooth radios integrated from the factory without having to buy aftermarket parts. All right, so let's move on to the fourth thing that I hate about the Porsche Cayman. Now, I'm somebody who does all my own maintenance on all my cars. I always have, and I feel like I always will. No matter what kind of car that I own, I will always do all the work. For me, I enjoy it. It's almost therapeutic for me. I love working on cars. I love cars in general, and for me, it gives me a peace of mind doing all my work because I know everything is done correctly, and if anything were to fail, it would be no one else's fault but my own. So with that being said, doing the maintenance on the Cayman, I've already done an oil change as soon as I got the car because, like I said, I like to know that everything is done, even though I just got it from the dealership. After I do the oil change, really the only way that you can check the oil levels in this car is through the dash. Let me show you what I mean. So to check the oil level on the Cayman, you need to turn the car on after the annoying seat thing goes away. You see this lever right here. You're gonna push this lever. From there, we're going to push forward. As you can see, I'm already on oil. It says measure your oil level. Click it. And as you can see, we have to wait a long time just to check the oil. It takes a minute literally for it to calibrate and figure out where the oil level is at. And the biggest thing that you guys didn't see is because the car was already warmed up. Now, if the car is not warm and the car hasn't been running for at least 20 minutes, it will not give you the oil level. It'll say that the engine is not warmed up. Now, the reason that this is really annoying, that the oil level takes so long for it to calibrate, and if the engine is not warmed up, you can't check the oil level, is because the Cayman is not like any regular car. It literally takes 7.5 quarts of oil. Okay, that's a lot of oil. Now, it's a lot of oil to not get the level right at the same time. You really don't want to go back underneath the car and have to dump some out if you poured too much in. It's really difficult when you're trying to find the balance of where the perfect level is in the Cayman. Okay, so the fifth and the final thing that I hate about the Cayman is probably going to be so stupid and everybody's gonna hate me for it. I am somebody who likes when things are ergonomical. I'm a very big convenience guy. I like things placed the way that I like them, and I like for things to be really intuitive and just they flow when you use them just naturally. That leads me into this. I genuinely hate the window levers in this car. Like, I loathe them. I hate them. Look how stupid these things are. Okay, this may not bother most people, but look at this. I have a pretty big hand, okay, and I have to grab the lever like this. Like, that's not very convenient at all. It's weird, you know? I really wish that this door just had like regular window switches, because it's one in an awkward spot. It's kind of high up here on the door panel, and you know, it just make life so much easier if it was convenient down here at your side where it's just up, down, you click it, it's easy. And I know a lot of people may think that it is stupid, but it's just one of those things that annoys the crap out of me. I just hate these window switches so much. It's not a make it or break it for the car saying, oh, these window switches are stupid and I don't want to own this car because of the window switches, but it's annoying. We're right next to this airport, so I keep having these problem with all these planes. All right, so there you guys have it, the 5 things that I hate about the Porsche Cayman. The visibility, how stupid it is that it doesn't have a horn when you lock the car, not having a Bluetooth radio, how difficult it is to check your own oil if you're doing your own maintenance, and 5, the dreaded window switches. They're absolutely horrible. And as I said before, guys, this isn't a make it or break it. I don't hate this car. I actually enjoy this car quite a bit. These are things that I dislike about the car. I've absolutely loved every minute of owning this car and driving around so far. Honestly, it is one of my favorite cars that I've owned and driven to date. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for all the rest of the stuff that we have going for this car. There's a lot of stuff. We've already ordered parts. Like I said before, if you guys haven't seen the rendering video of what the final build project is gonna look like for this car, go ahead and click this link right here. My buddy Supreme Kuruk absolutely killed it on these renderings and the car came out amazing, and that's gonna be the final results. So if you're curious to know what this car is gonna look like when it's done, go check out that video. Those renderings are 100% spot on the way that I envision it and the parts that we already ordered. So stay tuned in the next few weeks as we gather up parts for this and we start this build. Also, we're doing stuff with the Genesis. We're pulling out the turbo, we're reworking the manifold, and we're going for bigger power, and those videos are coming soon. I haven't said that anywhere else, so hopefully you guys caught that here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments down below, and like this video. When you guys like these videos, it helps the video a lot. When we get more likes, we boost up the engagement on these videos, we tend to get a little bit more exposure, and that helps out the channel. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers. I would love to hit that goal, and I would love to hit 100,000 subscribers, get a plaque, and say that I did something with my life. I hope you guys are excited for the build. Like I said, there's so much more stuff coming. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here.